But when that started happening, he looked. He goes, oh,
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Hello everybody. I want to tell a story about this guy, young guy. He's about 23 or so. Come into prison. He had a life without. And he and I, well, we didn't really hang out a whole lot, but we got along real good, you know. We would talk from time to time. And then this other guy come in, and this guy, he was young too. He was just one of those knuckleheads, you know, and he was just loud and boisterous, and he would never mess with people a lot older than him, you know, like the lifers, the old-time lifers and stuff. But he got to messing with this young guy that had life without. And the dude kept telling him, man, you don't want to mess with me, you know, just knock that off. And one day, I guess, I didn't see this part, but I guess there was some disrespectful things said. I'm down there talking at a table, talking to this other guy who was asking me questions about being in prison. He was young too and just got there. He was new. And he was wanting to know if he could trust his cell. He said his cell, he was telling him on how to do time and stuff, and he didn't trust nobody, you know. And so we're sitting there talking, and he wasn't even half believing what I was saying. But this guy with life without comes down. As he walks by me, he says, "Hey Harv, I'll see you when I see you." And there's a bunch of people over there in like a group, like 4 or 5 of them in a group, talking over by the wall, by the ice machine. They have these ice machines where you can get ice, you know. They say you're only supposed to get it like every hour or something, but people was getting it whenever they wanted. And you'd find things buried in here too, like tattoo guns and shanks and stuff. But anyway, I'm getting off course. He goes right up to that guy that was bothering him, and just lays into him with a shank. And the guards come in, you know, the guy's there. When he went by and said, "I see you," when I see the guy I was sitting with, he says, "What's going on?" And I tell him, I said, "Just keep watching me, you know, just keep talking to me, don't be looking." And but when that started happening, he looked. He goes, oh, and he goes, "Are you kidding me?" And I said, "Man, that's what me and your celly's been trying to tell you, man. You know, keep your eyes open, you know, what's going on around you." And he goes, "Yeah, but you told me not to look." Which I did tell him not to look, but I didn't want attention being brought to that guy, you know. And I was getting ready to tell him that something was getting ready to go down when it did go down, you know. So the message I'm trying to say is, I hope you don't go to prison, but if you do, please do not be running around, running your mouth. There's people, those lifers, especially those older ones, they just want to do their time. And this young guy, he didn't bother nobody either. You know, stayed to himself. He drew a lot, man. He was a real good artist. He drew a lot, and sometimes people would have him draw things for him. Anyway, he did several months in the hole because of that. And anyway, Kevin, my friend, said he was talking to him the other day, and he told him about my channel and everything. And he said, "Oh man, I'm glad he's doing good." He goes, "Hey man," he goes, "I don't, if he wants to tell the story about what happened to the old boy, what I did, and everything he can," but he said, "I want my name left out of it, you know. It's not something I'm proud of or anything, you know. It's just, the guy had to be stopped." had to be taught a lesson. And the guy he got did live. I was told that he had to be, once they got him over in medical and everything, he was flown out to the hospital and everything. And so, but the thing of it is, don't go over in there running your mouth and everything, you know. Leave those, especially those lifers, man, leave them alone. You know, and many of them are good people, man. They will help you out. They'll give you advice and stuff. When I first got to prison, you know, I was scared when I first got to prison, but I had this cellie, he was doing a lot of time, and he hung around with a lot of guys that did a lot of time. Come think of it, we all did a lot of time. But the point being, they had been down for a little bit, you know, in prison for a little bit, and they schooled me. You know, I listened to everything they said. You know, they could have been lying to me, but they weren't. They come find out they weren't lying. So the best thing you can do out of all of this, though, is just not go to prison. But if you do go to prison, you know, just mind your P's and Q's, man, and be respectful of people. You know, mind your own business. Be respectful of people. Just do your own thing, you know. And there won't be any, when you first get there, you don't, especially if you don't know anybody. Some people go there and they already know people. If you get there and you don't know people, and you'll eventually get to where you'll start talking to people, and you'll have your little group you hang out around with, you know. Excuse me. But it's I went in there with the attitude that I wasn't going to talk to nobody. I wasn't going to hang around with nobody. That ended up not happening. After 29 years, I developed friends and stuff, you know. At first, a lot of them was from St. Louis, and even later on, a lot of them was from St. Louis. But at first, they was primary from St. Louis, you know, that I hung around with. When I got to South Central Correctional Center, a lot of them came out of Springfield, the 417 area. I'm in the 417 now, but I'm a little bit farther north than Springfield. But I think because South Central Correctional Center is like, it's exactly what it is. It's in South Central Missouri, and the closest, it was the prison closest to Springfield, so there was a lot of people from Springfield in that area, you know, the Greene County and that whole area, southern Missouri, you know. So I thank you guys for watching. I hope you got something out of this, and I don't consider it entertaining. It's just telling you a story, and I hope y'all get something out of it, you know. And I thank you for watching. Bye.